Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York.
BBC News World.
February 10th. 5:14 America, New York. Macron mulls stripping Putin of France's top honor. The Russian president was presented La Légion d'honneur in 2006 by then-President Jacques Chirac.
RT World News.
February 10th. 5:07 America, New York. U.S. states warn Biden about terrorists. The attorneys general of 21 states in the U.S. want Mexican drug cartels designated as terrorist organizations.
Mirror World News.
February 10th. 4:49 America, New York. Brit collapses and dies after 11 hours on flight from Heathrow with wife. Michael Joseph Morris, who was traveling with his wife, suddenly collapsed in the international arrivals toilet while waiting for his luggage to be returned after flying from Heathrow to OR Tambo International Airport in Johannesburg.
The Washington Times stories. Advocacy.
February 10th. 4:43 America, New York. UK economy stagnates during final 3 months of 2022. The British economy stagnated in the final 3 months of last year as the country struggled under the weight of a cost of living crisis that is squeezing household budgets, crimping business investment and fueling labor unrest.
RT World News. February 10th. 4:36 America, New York. The future of Russia-India relations is sound. Just ask the diplomats who know best. Senior figures from both countries gathered to mark a key anniversary in bilateral relations, and define future possibilities.
Washington Post World.
February 10th. 4:34 America, New York. Polish bus comes off German highway and overturns, 35 hurt. Officials say a bus traveling from Poland to Belgium has come off a highway in eastern Germany and overturned, injuring 35 people, 6 of them seriously.
BBC News World.
February 10th. 4:29 America, New York. Ukraine war. More blackouts after massive Russian attack. Kyiv says Russia used missiles and drones in its Friday morning strike on power networks.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines. Sky News.
February 10th. 4:22 America, New York. Family trapped for more than 100 hours under collapsed building rescued from rubble. 6 members of the same family have been rescued after spending 101 hours buried under rubble in Turkey following the devastating earthquake. Breaking news.
Time.
February 10th. 4:05 America, New York. Ilya Yashin from prison. Don and #39. T blame all Russians for Putin and #39's war. It will soon be a year since the war unleashed by the Kremlin against Ukraine has been going on. It claimed tens of thousands of human lives, destroyed entire cities and turned millions of families into refugees.
Time. February 10th. 4 o'clock America, New York. A message to the world from inside a Russian prison. Soon it'll be a year since the start of the war that the Kremlin unleashed against Ukraine. It has taken thousands of human lives, destroyed entire cities, and turned millions of families into refugees.
Washington Post World.
February 10th. 3:35 America, New York. We couldn't let go. War tears young Ukrainian family apart. University student Vlada Yushchenko was still in her teens and nearly 3 months pregnant when she hugged her husband at the border, turned away and walked into Moldova.
Mirror World News.
February 10th. 3:11 America, New York. Chinese spy balloons have likely spied on UK and would have been shot down too. UK Defence Secretary Ben Wallace confirmed it's highly likely that Chinese high-altitude spy balloons, like the one shot down off the coast of North Carolina last week, have soared over Britain and collected intelligence signals from below.
BBC News World.
February 10th. 3:09 America, New York. Turkey-Syria earthquake. Newborn and mother saved after 4 days in rubble. 10-day-old Yos was retrieved from ruins in southern Turkey following Monday's deadly earthquakes.
Washington Post World.
February 10th. 2:40 America, New York. Turkey's lax policing of building codes flagged before quake. Turkey has for years tempted fate by not enforcing modern construction codes while allowing, and in some cases, encouraging, a real estate boom in earthquake-prone areas, experts say.
Time.
February 10th. 1:45 America, New York. When the U.S. called, China didn't pick up. Special crisis hotline often goes unanswered. Washington. Within hours of an Air Force F-22 downing a giant Chinese balloon that had crossed the United States, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin reached out to his Chinese counterpart via a special crisis line, aiming for a quick general-to-general talk that could explain things and ease tensions.
World news. Breaking international news and headlines, Sky News.
February 10. 1:14 America, New York. Teenage girl who was missing for more than a year found alive in wardrobe. A 14-year-old girl who was reported missing in 2021 has been found pregnant in the closet of a Michigan home. Pic. AP.
New York Times World News.
February 10. 1:13 America, New York. The Australians in the Super Bowl. How Jordan Mailata and Aaron Sippis made it to the NFL. Jordan Mailata left, and Aaron Sippis of the Philadelphia Eagles during an NFL game in November.
New York Times World News.
February 10. 1:10 America, New York. Turkey quake. UN aid chief to visit affected areas. Martin Griffiths, the United Nations humanitarian chief, said he was on his way to visit parts of Turkey and Syria affected by an earthquake that has killed more than 20,000 people. People carrying a body found by rescuers in a collapsed building, in Kahramanmaraş, Turkey, on Thursday.
New York Times World News.
February 10. 1:09 America, New York. Your Friday briefing. A Turkish city lost in the earthquake. A man watched volunteers search for bodies in the old quarter of Antakya City in Hatay province on Thursday.
Mirror World News.
February 10. 1:02 America, New York. Ukraine ready to use British long-range missiles to strike annexed Crimea, say reports. Discussions are reportedly taking place within Downing Street over whether or not to provide Ukraine with the lethal munitions, which would drastically escalate Western involvement.
RT World News.
February 9. 2347 America, New York. Republicans push to end Ukraine aid. The lawmakers argued continued U.S. military aid to Ukraine is inadvertently contributing to civilian casualties.
World news. Breaking international news and headlines, Sky News.
February 9. 2228 America, New York. Zelensky to discuss Russia's involvement in Paris Olympics as Ukraine threatens to boycott. Ukraine's president will address a summit on Friday to discuss Russia's participation in next year's Paris Olympics following warnings his country could boycott the Games. Zelensky.